Hello, everybody. I see we got Cinnamon in the chat here, and apparently he wants to fight me that the toilets are the most underutilized, just because they don't show him using the toilet on Star Trek there. But I thought of this stream here, or this here, when I was watching the Enterprise episode Regillion, or however the hell you pronounce it, where the reptilians Indy are storming. They storm the Enterprise there, and they can't fight them off. Can't fight them off. Well, they had someone in the transporter room. Yeah, just transport them out into space. There, problem solved. They wouldn't have had that. There's a bunch of different times when they've had intruders on board. They could have easily transported them to the brig, or they could transport them out, and all that. And 47 Yorktown, what's a fight? Well, actually, me and Cinnabon are actually only 2.5 hours away from each other, so it could happen. And hey there, Simple Jack, welcome. Feel free to drop your link there, Simple Jack. I'm pretty sure I made you a moderator. Because he does Battlefield 2042. But anyhow, there's so many instances. Because he does. And the Crabble Machine, I'm guessing this is Cinnabon.
I don't want to type. Hold on a second. Let me mute everything.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, yeah, they could do that with transporters, but they could also do that the same thing with their artificial gravity. They always have their artificial gravity turned on. They could shut it off or turn it up really high to stop people from attacking inside the ship.
Well, I was also thinking that along the lines of when the Borg attacked, they could just take 100 photon torpedoes, set them to detonate as soon as they're done transporting, and boom, transport them onto a Borg cube.
Well, they did that in one episode of Voyager. 7 beamed a torpedo on board.
Yeah, but that's the only time you ever see it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, a lot of times it's just stupid things because if they did something that would be smart, the episode would be over in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Like send the show pod to go get Sulu in that one episode where Kirk gets split from his good side and his evil side there. They will just set the shuttle down. The whole dilemma would have been solved.
Right. But yeah, I guess, I mean, transporters being underutilized. There are some things like you'd think, like if someone was injured or wounded, and you had their transporter pattern from before they were hurt, you could just use that to so they would no longer be injured. Instant heal people.
Well, didn't they do that with Pulaski?
And they also did that with like Picard or something in one episode, I think, but they lost other memories or something. Yeah, they did that with Picard when they did that episode where he like transported out into energy. It was in the early seasons.
Oh, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, he's back in the ship," and then they had to beam him back on. But when they retransported him back on, he didn't have any memories from after he beamed off the ship or something, something stupid like that.
Yeah. Yes, you are correct on that. 47 Yorktown. They proved that in Discovery. And do you got a second window open?
Do I?
Yeah, do you got the YouTube window still open?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could hear an echo.
Well, it's not for me because I don't have that one turned on, so.
Oh.
My microphone might be picking up the speaker.
Yeah, my headphones went to crap after like 2 weeks.
I've never worn headphones, so I'm never going to. So
yeah, I got these headphones because they're great for broadcasting, but they only lasted 2 weeks.
You have to wear headphones enough when I go flying. I don't feel like wearing them sitting at home.
Oh, you must fly a lot then.
Yep. Well, now I've been lately. I've just been spending more time doing other stuff than sitting on YouTube all day.
Yeah. Well, I sit on YouTube all day because from work, but the problem with like live streams there is a lot of the guys talk real soft, so I can't hear them with all the machinery going, so I can't join the live streams. And it's hard to comment while you got your boss hovering over you, telling you to hurry the fuck up while yelling at you that the quality's going down. But that's a different song.
Right. And that's actually another thing from So 47 Yorktown's comment. I mean, why would you even need a bathroom on board? And if you really think about it, I mean, they have so much energy. They could literally just walk into a stall in their quarters and just beam all the food out of their stomach.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no need for a toilet.
Yeah, but that take a lot of extra work. All right, I'll be right back.
All right. So I'll talk about beaming solid waste out of someone's skin. So you could do that. What else could you do with the transporter that they never do? I know people say like cloning people, but people like make the mistake because I remember there was a stupid documentary about transporters. I like, oh, on like how transporters work in Star Trek or whatever, but they always use the thing where they say they're like they destroy your body in one place and then they reconstruct another, so they're essentially making a copy. But they've stated in the show several times it's not the way that Trek transporters work. They've actually just mastered matter energy transformation, so they can just transform you into energy, beam that down,
Yeah.
and then just reconstitute that energy back into a solid pattern. That's how I've understood how Star Trek transporters always work, not the cloning machine like everybody else said. Like because that would be a the real world version analog of that. Um, I just it just doesn't make sense. That's how it works. Since I'm so high, I can't even make a cogent statement right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I just had to go grab my supper out of the oven because I went grocery shopping, got home late. That's why I did a 7:45 instead of a 7:30. I kind of got to watch my StreamYard hours right now, too, because apparently I'm limited to 20 hours per month. But I did just download OBS. I just got to figure out how to use it.
It's easy. You just go on. You just need to get your stream key and then log in. It's
Yeah,
not
but can I have
difficult.
multiple people on the panel with OBS?
No. Well, you can, but you have to cheat by either just opening up a back room like LDG does, so you can have your 6 people just sitting in the back room, not actually because you wouldn't be going live through StreamYard, or you'd just be using that backstage area as the place where everyone can talk, and then you'd have to pipe in the audio from that, and then obviously make a screen so you can actually see everybody's icons on the screen. It's just more involved, but you can do it.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to LGD. He never did answer me if he was feeling better.
I'm sure he is. He said he was.
Okay, good, because I know on Sunday there he wasn't feeling too well.
Yeah, he's a good guy, but he's a little high drama.
Oh no, he couldn't even speak right. We were getting actually worried about him because he's how quiet he was.
Interesting.
Usually, yeah, LDG is one of those. If he's quiet, there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, but yeah, we're getting worried about it. Yeah, we were getting worried about him.
I'm sure. So what else about transporters you got?
Well, I was hoping there would be a couple people up here we could, but it's just like they have the transporters. They just don't. They only use them to beam down to a planet, beam off. But they could easily just beam someone to sick bay. They could easily just be. And what about the Heisenberg compensator? How about you come up here, Mercer? But or hell, even during the Dominion War, they could have knocked a hole in the enemy shields and beamed a photon torpedo right on the bridge of the enemy's ships. It's like all this stuff they could have made a lot. It's just so underutilized.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, in a battle situation, it wouldn't really make much difference. Once their shields are down, your weapons are going to do fine against the ship, so you wouldn't really need
Yeah,
the
but just
transporter at that
beam it
point.
right onto the bridge, knock out the bridge crew, then you could take the ship. Mm.
Federation doesn't take prisoners.
Well, the Jem'Hadar wouldn't surrender to them, but the
Well, I
Vorn
mean,
will.
it's the same thing with what was that? The Siege of a whatever.
AR 559
Yeah,
or something like
I mean,
that.
they could have just literally, if they had a transporter there, they could just literally beam everybody, a couple 100 feet off the ground and them to fall to their death.
Hey, Mercer, just because it's hard doesn't mean it's impossible. It doesn't have to necessarily be right on the just as long as it can get it somewhere inside the ship. It can cause a photon torpedo can cause a hell of a lot of damage.
Yeah, they're a little inconsistent with whether or not it's hard to beam onto a moving target or not. So they said they do it quite often, and it only never does, and they only not don't do it. They only not do it when it's dependent on the plot.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
kind of
it's the
like
same way
the
the
beam
other way
through
too.
shield
When it's
part.
dependent on the plot, they're able to do it. So
Yeah, and they can beam through shields depending on the plot.
yeah, I mean the technology is so inconsistent.
Or then you got like Star Trek Discovery. They'll take the first. They'll say they're the first to do on anything.
Whatever.
I'm still, I'm
I'm so
still
I'm so
laughing on
tired.
that.
I'm so tired of just listening to people bitch about Discovery. Yeah, it's bad. Stop watching it.
No, well, I laughed on when they said Burn the gal that plays Burnham. She goes, "I'm so excited that was the first black captain." I was like, I can name three others right off the top of my head, and I could say first black female captain that was a leading role or something. But
That's because their advertising team just has no freaking clue what they're doing.
yeah, I've seen a picture of Kurtzman. He doesn't even look like he's old enough to have whiskers on him. Like, I don't know, just Discovery's badly written, and Picard is so.
They're both badly written.
Like I'll watch them, Picard's watchable and all that stuff. Discovery's gotten better.
I
I
mean,
think
it was watchable the first time through, but are you ever gonna go watch it again? I'm not.
no, but at
Yeah, I
least
mean, there's zero rewatchability of these shows. I mean, we're all still watching '90s Trek over and over again. So I mean, that's gotta say something when nobody wants to rewatch the shows that they're putting out. I mean, I like the animated Trek, but just the first time through, I'm not going back through and rewatching any of the animated Treks either.
yeah, and the thing with Discovery, I think mostly why I don't like the show mostly stems from the first season there when I had to read half the episode and the lighting was so dark I couldn't see it. So I couldn't sit there and work and understand what was going on at the same time. Versus like a lot of these other episodes, I can sit there and work, and understand what's going on without actually having to stare at the screen.
Yeah. Well, I think they wanted to go for that natural lighting. Since it's in space, everything's going to be darker, which was a kind of a dumb choice, but it's
Well,
just
they
kind of
wanted to
how
show
things are going.
how dark the series is. No, that's a good one. They're 47 Yorktown. And apparently, Kurtzman's younger than Mercer. I don't know how young Kurtzman is. And apparently, Orville used transport. I remember one episode they used a transporter, but I know they can't use it all that often because that's a Trek specific thing.
Yeah. I think they're gonna probably start. You'd think they'd start using it more though, just
I
because
don't think
the whole shuttle
Orville
thing is
has
just a
it
pain in the
because
ass.
I don't think they actually have they have a transporter on their ship,
Well, I
Because the
know.
one episode I remember him using the transporter, that was a alien species transporter.
Yeah.
Oh, Indy's in the backstage. Sorry, Indy, I didn't see ya.
I just think sometimes it would be good to have a transporter on that show just so you could cut down on some of the shuttlecraft scenes where it's just kind of like, okay, we don't really need to see them travel down to the planet every fucking time.
No, but then they'd have to. The problem is they have to have that whole 25% difference. And if they put the
What the hell are you
transport,
talking about? 25% different.
yeah, but if they put a transporter in, then they could probably face a lawsuit saying they're stealing Star Trek ideas.
Anyway, I mean, how many other shows have teleportation? Many.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, Stargate is a transporter.
Yeah.
So I just think they don't want to have the transporter because it makes them somewhat different than Star Trek.
Yeah.
So I don't
Because I think if they had all the technology from season one in season one, it would just be way too on the nose next generation.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's
They had
the
to have a
problem
couple
with their faces. They want to stand out from TNG. But
So
yeah, totally familiar with like TNG.
underutilized equipment. Is that what we're talking about?
Well,
we're kind of all over the place now.
I
Yeah.
mean, I certainly think transporters could be used much more effectively in combat situations. I mean,
yeah, that's one of the points I was touching on with Cinnabon here, where it said like when they encounter a Borg cube, since the Borg cube don't have shields, just beam like 100 photon torpedoes all over the cube and light them up.
yep.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
that was
or,
my argument was, I mean, the shields are the problem. So I mean, once you have the shields down, I mean, your weapons are going to do just as much damage as beaming over a bunch of torpedoes too.
or you get the like because the whole reason I came up with this topic today was I was watching Rogelian earlier, and there's a bunch of Zindi or the reptilian Zindi that boarded the ship to go capture their prisoner they had from that gal that was stealing their bio info.
Yep.
They couldn't do any damage to the reptilian species. It seemed like their weapons were ineffective. Well, if they would just had someone in the transporter, as soon as they got on the ship, whoop, beam them out, beam them into space. Their problem solved.
Yep.
I was saying they could also use the gravity plating for that. Just turn it way up or just turn it off completely.
Yeah.
Yep. Like there was one episode in Enterprise where the Klingons were raiding this mining facility, and they get caught in the fire. You know, they're surrounded by fire. Well, I mean, you're surrounded by fire, but you have transporters, Klingons. Just use them.
It's only approved for cargo.
Or they could have made their bulkheads there, not the bulkheads, but like the ceilings on all the ships. That if they got intruders, to figure out what section is going to be and just drop that freaking ceiling right on top of them.
There you go. That would
Like have a
work.
really thick, heavy ceiling, and it can just like if they can just give a signal, drop the ceiling down right on top of them.
Yeah, I have a feeling our ships would be horribly booby trapped.
Yeah, that would be bad. I think, what happens when you accidentally lose power in that section? All of a sudden, you got crushed crew.
Well, you have the safety features like you got on an elevator, but you just a press of a button, boom, the ceiling drops out on them.
Yeah, somebody leans up against that button.
Well, someone that made a post there that they go look at Riker just sitting his ass down on the screen firing lasers all over into space. There, I was like, then someone made the comment goes, if they haven't made touchscreens by the 24th century that are can't recognize a butt dial, then we have no business being in space.
Hey, that's true. That is true. You know,
But I
that
think
whole
all the
touch.
touch screens are like either they have to have a security code to be able to even touch the buttons, or they're like use like biometric data so it recognizes like certain crew members' fingerprints in that when they're pressing the button to authorize the use of that button.
I
So
think that. Yeah,
like
I think.
like that kid that thought he blew up the ship during in that nebula there where the shields were causing the ship to blow the that caused that one ship to blow up and they had to drop their shields in order to stop the phenomenon.
Yeah.
When that kid thought he blew up the ship, well, they said in that episode they didn't have a security code to do what he thought he did.
Yeah, yeah. They said that he couldn't. He couldn't have possibly done it because of the safety protocols. Yeah, and I think you're right. It's probably a biometric scan, and only certain crew members are authorized. But then Wesley Crusher comes onto the bridge for the first time, and he's like he touches a couple of buttons, and he's certainly not authorized.
Maybe the captain's chair wasn't secured like that.
And every time you see an intruder on board, they're accessing the computer. They don't have codes.
But I think that would be a good idea, though, the biometric scan, and even hell, man, in in future episodes, you could just have transporters that recognize you, and you could only beam to certain parts of the ship if you're authorized to do so.
Yeah, like that space
and,
station and
and,
Enterprise that just beams
and
you out of restricted areas.
well, you move from place to place entirely. Hold on, this is my brother calling me to wish me a happy birthday.
Yeah.
I'll come back, guys.
Happy birthday, Andy. There. Well, he's gone. So when he comes back, we'll sing him happy birthday or something. No, but I think that's an underutilized technology we have now. They might not have thought about that in the 80s, though. But just like your fingerprints being able to be, and just certain crew members have access to like the tactical data. I
Right.
can understand not all systems being secured like that because there'd be too many people running it, But like your tactical systems, your ops station, all that, only certain crew members can operate those stations through biometric data.
Sure. Yeah, that would work.
Because really, all you'd have to do is have like a finger. But then here's the problem: do alien species have fingerprints?
Right.
Like does Worf have fingerprints?
Yeah, he does because we've seen his hands.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he has fingerprints. And then, or the reptilian species, they probably have like claws and stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, they wouldn't have fingerprints. You wouldn't think.
Yeah. Hi, Mercer. Yeah, so yeah. But and then another thing too is like with their tricorders, I think they rely on the tricorders way too much. Like they always have to have a tricorder in their hand to scan the area ahead. It's like, well, can't you use your senses for that?
Yeah. They do. They are kind of magical.
Yeah. The tricorder. And how does the hyperspray work? Because I've seen them use multiple hypersprays on the human or the same hyperspray on multiple different people. I was like, what the little syringe in it causing
There's
the
no needles in it. We have pneumatic guns today that can blast drugs into your arm too. But so it sure works on the same principle. It's just a pneumatic thing that it's just high enough pressure that's able to push it into your skin.
Yeah, but you think that'd be a way to spread any kind of infection the person has that maybe they don't have a cure for.
Maybe.
You know, because you got there has to be some kind of like needle thing in there, or else
No, it's
why?
just extremely high
Otherwise, it
pressure.
just
It's
be
just
like
extremely high
transported.
pressure.
It's what?
It's just extremely high pressure, so you don't need a needle. It's needleless.
Oh, I was hear that. It'd just be like a transporting the drug into your system. Then why do you need the hyper spray? Then you could just transport the drug into the person's system.
I mean, I hear they hurt pretty much. They really hurt when they use them because it's pretty much like getting shot in the arm. But
I don't think they hurt too much because a lot of them don't flinch when they get hit with the hypo
well, no,
spray.
I'm saying with the real versions that we have today.
Oh yeah, I think I read something that they actually did come up with something similar to a hyper spray there that or
Yeah, it's a
not the
pneumatic
hypo
gun.
spray, but like the thing that shines the light that fixes pretty much anything thing because of quantum. There, they actually came up with something that could be kind of like that. They're working on something. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking
Like
about.
when like to fix a bruise, they hover that light back and forth over the bruise and it disappears and it
Oh, a thermal
helps mend
regenerator or whatever.
mend legs. Yeah, the thermal regenerator. They're
Yeah.
actually working with something like that in real life here. They said that'd be a game changer in the medical field if they can get it to work. But that was years ago when I seen that. That had to have been 7, 8 years ago now.
Yeah. Good luck. I
Well,
think it's pretty far advanced for us.
I don't know. They might they could. What all you need is that one breakthrough, and then all of a sudden everything falls into place.
Well,
So I mean, it could be. Oh, no, I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn it! But no, but one all they need is that just that one breakthrough, and they can have the whole thing fall into place and have the thing probably up and going in 6 months after they get that breakthrough. But yeah. Hey, do you remember those dinky little phasers they had in season one?
yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how many, and they had them stuffed in those tiny little side pockets there.
Yes.
I wonder how many people accidentally shot their foot off there trying to pull one out of their pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, those things are dinky and they're just button pressed, and even if they're biometric sensitive, there you're using your own biometrics to fire that phaser.
Yeah. I mean, they were kind of cool, but they're way too small. You
Yeah,
wouldn't think they'd be able to fire like more than one or two shots. They
well,
remind me of
advanced
like those
battery.
tiny little Derringer, like 2-shot Derringers.
Yeah, advanced batteries and all that, but I'd be more concerned pulling out of the pocket and actually shooting my foot off. And knowing my luck, I'd probably be the red shirt that shoots his foot off.
I mean, seriously, those power cells must be like literally like having a small sun inside there because I mean, just imagine how much energy it takes to like vaporize somebody.
Yeah, but we got pretty strong batteries now, and you think this is 300.
Nowhere near enough that would to even come close to like vaporizing somebody. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to give someone a burn with the amount of energy that can come out of a battery. But
Well, maybe,
even as let's say you could fire a phaser off of modern day batteries, like still like one or two shots would probably drain it though.
yeah, but you gotta think this attacks 300 years in the future, and we always think of more efficient ways to kill each other. So that'd be a
Yeah, but I
top
mean, you still have to
priority.
think of the physics of actually storing that amount of energy.
Uh,
That's kind of ridiculous when you think about it.
they should have more of that phasing text from Mind's Eye.
Like you remember in the that AR episode on DS9 where they're actually passing out like magazines of power packs to people.
Yeah.
You should have seen that a lot more on track.
Yeah, but we weren't in combat situation. They weren't in combat situations as much, or they didn't show combat situations like that as much.
But still,
In
like every time they like grabbed a phaser, you should have seen them like inserting a power cell or something. Why would you store these phasers completely energized for one? That seems a
where
little
did it go
stupid.
in case of emergency? It's like what? Why? It's the same concept of having your gun loaded and ready to go with that's in your
Right.
nightstand.
Yeah, but I
You know,
mean,
so it breaks
okay,
in the
fine.
house.
Okay, fine. My carry pistol's always loaded. I'll admit that, but I always also have an extra magazine too.
Yeah,
You know, because I mean, there's no way that those power cells in a phaser are going to be able to give you full power on that, and like
maybe they're
with more than
nuclear
just a
powered.
few shots. I mean, that's kind of once you get it past a few shots, it just becomes a little ridiculous that they would still have that much energy.
Yeah.
That's just kind of the weird inconsistency.
Yeah. Well, Mercer, to that I say each to their own. If they want to be wrong, they can.
Honestly, if anyone actually had their favorite show was Discovery, I wouldn't give a shit. It doesn't affect my life in any way. I mean,
Yeah.
I really don't care. I really don't understand why people get so upset about, or even get uptight about what people like and don't like. It's a little
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Well,
Calm down.
I'm liking Discovery better now that I don't have to read the episodes. Now that I don't have to read, read. I I'm liking it better. Yeah, I
Oh,
know
I know
you're
you are,
smoking,
Mercer.
Mercer. And
Well,
I'm
you know,
having high
Mercer, I was
hopes
just
for.
saying in general, so many people just get so uptight late nowadays about what people like and don't like. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Oh, this one's targeted at you there. The incredible machine.
That's right. Everyone thought that the captain was talking about the ship in Star Trek 3, but what you didn't really know is that's what that guy's name is.
Oh, was it?
Yep, his name's Mr. Machine, Commander Machine. And the captain was just very impressed with his work.
Yeah. You could tell that those older Star Trek movies were not. Oh, you're talking about the cop from RoboCop, but in the older Star Trek movies, you could tell they haven't invented LASIK surgery now because Kirk needed glasses because he was allergic to the medication that's supposed to help your eyes. Apparently, they never heard of LASIK surgery.
I don't know.
I don't even know
Or
when
any
that
other
was
kind of
invented.
corrective surgery. They could have just popped out into his eye and gave him a robot eye because didn't they do that for one of the chicks in Discovery?
Are you talking about the blonde haired gal?
Yeah, didn't she like lose half her face or something?
I just thought she had part of her skull replaced.
Who knows? It just seemed like they have more advanced medical technology than they should.
Yeah, I think he's talking about the guy who invented the RoboCop program. That you're the incredible machine. I think the Avatar blue people will cross over.
Yeah, I have
Do
no
you
idea.
really think that?
I've never watched RoboCop, guys, so I have no idea.
Oh, it's actually a pretty decent movie.
Nah, never interested in one bit.
But maybe we'll watch that for Saturday night movies after I'm done with Babylon 5. Because
I must watch it.
well, I had I had a few people asking me to do Babylon 5, but they maybe they just didn't like the gathering. That's why people skipped it on Saturday.
I was the only episode I've watched is the first episode of Babylon 5. I've never been a fan.
I don't know. I like it. I like the show.
I could honestly, when it was on first run, I just could never get past the terrible CG effects.
Okay.
It just completely pulled me out of the show every time. So I just couldn't watch it.
Oh, season 4 is pretty decent. That's when they have the Shadow War. And the Shadow ships, man, those things are freaky looking. They're pretty cool looking. Have you
Yeah, I've
ever?
seen one. I've seen one of them.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
I've
pretty
also
sure.
seen one of the movies. I think they did too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Thomas has one.
Well, I'm sure.
Have you actually seen a picture of his collection?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was like, holy crap! Someone likes their ships.
Yep. I want Eagle Moss to make the replica skulls that were in Picard's office.
The what? The gold one?
The skulls of all the dead leaders in Picard's Picard's alternate world office.
Okay. Oh, all the heads. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, those would be badass.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some company selling them. Just gotta maybe just look up Picard skulls replicas. And I'm pretty sure someone's selling them.
Yeah, I want good ones, not shitty ones.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. So what else you want to talk about?
Anything you want, man.
No. I think I'm gonna learn to avoid when when someone tells me to Google something.
What?
Yeah, when like someone makes a post that, yeah, make sure to Google this here, because they told me Google alien movie from 1992, and I Googled it. I was like, holy crap! I was like, I can't even say the name on YouTube. They'll yank me down in 2 seconds.
What? I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Put into Google alien movie from 1992.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's the number one hit. Why?
I think someone has a lot of time on their hands and a lot of bots to make that the number one thing.
Something. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous that would be the number one hit.
I was like, how did that even get made?
How do inertial dampeners work?
Magic.
So the guy you have on your picture was the guy that developed RoboCop in the movie RoboCop.
Yeah. I see 47 Yorktown did it too.
He's basically the same character that was in Avatar, the guy that like wanted him to find a rock.
I've never seen Avatar either.
You've never seen Avatar?
No.
Oh my god!
I don't think I'm as big of a sci-fi fan as you guys
Did you
are.
see Total Recall?
No. Well, not.
All right.
I haven't seen the old one. I've seen the new one.
All right, we're yanking your nerd card there, Incredible Machine. We're yanking your nerd card.
Shit, the old one is great.
I like Star Trek and Stargate.
Are you gonna be like salty here and only like Balance of Terror and Wrath of Khan?
What? I like space shows, but
Avatar is a space show.
Honestly, I didn't watch a lot of TV growing
You watched
up.
Cloud Atlas yet?
What's that?
Cloud Atlas?
I've seen parts of it, but I kept falling asleep.
Oh, you could come up with a better thing than that Incredible Machine, because I was talking a bunch of nerd stuff to oh god, I can't remember who I was talking to, but I mentioned that some of the stuff I was sitting there watching there go, some of us were busy getting laid,
Oh, I know. I used to say that too, but I figured that would be mean. So I was too busy fucking.
You gonna watch Stranger
No, but like, okay, so I watched a lot. I watched a lot of sci-fi when I was a kid. and I was into it. But then like once I got into working age, I stopped watching. I stopped watching a lot of TV. I was mainly a news junkie and a business news junkie for a long time. So playing a lot of catch up on a lot of old
So
shows.
you're in the business then.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Dude, this one guy on YouTube named Your Movie Sucks. He just put out a 2-hour video on the Lion King, and it's from what I've seen, it's so awesome. It's on the new one that Favreau did. How bad it is.
Yes.
You like Mahler?
Sorry, what?
Mahler? The
Still didn't
YouTube
get that.
Mahler.
Oh, Mahler. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of YouTube, guys.
Mm.
So who are you?
What?
Why are you here? What planet are you from?
What?
What planet are you from?
Oh yeah, it's not
Yeah.
weird planet, I guess.
Yeah, he's here because he likes that I don't censor everybody.
I'm one of those normies that like to come and hang out with the nerds every now and then, I guess.
You like Star Wars?
I liked the first movie, but then I liked what was it, the third movie in the sequel, and not the sequels, the prequels. That's it. I haven't really liked. I didn't watch anything else.
Did you watch the original trilogy?
No, just the first one, just the first movie. I've seen parts of the other ones, but yeah, I've never sat down and watched the entire one. I've tried watching the sequel trilogy, and yeah, I just
I
can't
can't
get through it.
stand the sequel trilogy. What about G.I. Joe?
I had a lot of G.I. Joe toys as a kid. I just never watched any of the cartoons, so.
Gee. Did you at least watch Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Rings a bell. I must have, but I don't remember what it was about.
A bunch of kids, they sit around Camp Story and each one takes turns telling a story.
Have you watched Up in Smoke?
Up in Smoke.
It's like a Cheech and Chong movie. How about
Oh yeah, yeah. I've
Oh,
seen all
yeah.
the strong movies.
How about Ghostbusters, the original?
I'm sorry, which one?
The original Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah. Yep. I like the Ghostbusters movies. Did not see 16, but I like Afterlife.
I like Afterlife a lot, but then as I watch it, the more and more I watch it, the less and less I like it.
Why is that?
Just because, I'll never hate the movie because it was made with such care and love for the original movie and the characters, and it was well made. But there's a lot of things about it I don't like. Like, the mother is a terrible character. She's not even trying to find a job. She's not even trying to do anything. Sometimes the jokes are not as, they're not really my kind of humor. So like I don't hate the movie. I'll never hate it. The original had such a huge scope to it. It was such a good movie. Like the original felt so much bigger than it was. It was great.
Well, I mean, you can't really match the chemistry that the original cast had.
Oh
so.
yeah, I agree. Plus,
I mean, that's you could feel that right away. I mean, it had the Ghostbusters label, but it just didn't have that same magic that the main cast that the original main cast had.
yeah, Ghostbusters is in my top 5 favorite films. It just is. Always will be. And I have like Wrath of Khan up there. I have 2001 up there. 2001 is not really a regular kind of film. It's very, it's not really, I don't even consider it a narrative film, but I still love it.
I cannot stand 2001.
Yeah, like I said, I don't consider it a regular film, but I still have it up there. I love it. But like, I wouldn't watch it if I was looking for something to watch on a Friday night. I would never watch it.
I mean, it's not terrible, but it's just way too artsy for me.
But I have a few other movies I really like that you wouldn't think I would like, but I'm not a big horror fan, for example. But I do love Tremors.
You're coming in kind of muffled, Mercer.
Yeah, I'm going to fix that. Hold on a second.
Uh,
Give me a second to fix it.
Sure.
So, are you guys excited for the new Strange New Worlds?
No, only because of what's been going on with Picard, since it's being made by the exact same team.
I'm hoping it's good. I like the Lower Deck.
Hold on a second.
I don't understand the point of having a blind character be the main engineer, the chief engineer. I know Geordi was too, but I didn't believe. I barely believed that Geordi could be the chief engineer on a ship with his vision
I'm back.
disability. So
You hear me?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not terribly excited, but I'm gonna watch it. But I'm
I'll
not
check it out.
terribly.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to Orville just because I like the characters, I like the humor, I like the stories, and I have a feeling that it's going to be interesting. To me, Strange New Worlds is like something about it just looks off, but I'm definitely going to give it a shot.
yeah.
Something about it just looks like. First of all, it's a spin-off from Discovery, and that's a big handicap for me.
All right.
Uh,
What they did to Spock in Discovery is inexcusable to me. You know, just everything that they did to Spock in Discovery is inexcusable to me.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind it terribly, but I didn't watch all of it. So
Well, just the idea that they gave him this sister character at all
right.
it really bugs me. It's like the character has been around for over 50 years, and basically, you know, time itself basically said, here's the beginning of his story and the end of his story. And then they decided just to, you know, to make their show seem more valid. Oh, he's got an adopted sister we never heard about. And it was just, I hated it. I hated it a lot.
well, there's a meme that explained why Spock never mentioned his sister. There, it just had Kirk like bounce all over the place, going, "Oh, come on, where's she at? How old is she? Does she have a nice rat? Come on, hook a brother up. Come on, Spock, come on, hook a buddy up." Oh, I can't do that meme any justice.
Yeah, I'm an old school fan. I saw all the films in the theater, except for 5. But I saw all the films in the theater when they first ran.
Dude, I saw all three through the rest of them in the theater.
I mean, I don't remember anything about the first one except for one shot, which is the shot where they're at the hangar deck and the shuttles are on these tracks. That's the only shot I remember from seeing it in the theater.
I remember the only thing I remember from seeing 3 was asking my dad if they could rewind the part where the Enterprise exploded. I was very upset I couldn't see that again.
That was a good scene. That was a really good scene. But I was there for the whole thing. I remember like when Deep Space Nine came out, and like, oh my god, this show is fantastic. It still is. I love it.
Really, you liked it when it first came out?
Oh yeah, liked it a lot when it first came out. I remember watching it and just studying the model. Just loved it.
I think I was one of the people that were on the fence on that one. I didn't really start watching it until the Dominion War started.
And then season 4 came out, and they actually had POV shots of the torpedoes. I was like, holy crap!
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's become probably my favorite series now. But when it first on first run, I was so used to it. I think it was probably just because I was just so used to the storytelling of TNG. That was just too hard to make the leap over at the time.
Like I liked how DS9 there you had your arcs, but then it also is episodic, so it didn't seem like you had to watch every single episode.
I was just really bored with with some of the Bajoran political stuff in the early seasons. Some of that was just really boring to watch.
Yeah.
I like the Bajoran stuff. I liked
Did
it
you
all.
really?
Yep. Oh yeah. Why is it that the news show has somebody related to Khan on it?
Yeah, I don't get that. That's stupid. I mean, it just kind of shows that they just don't give a crap anymore. They're just gonna do what they want to do.
It's just for the get. It's clickbait, is what it is.
The last time I felt excited about Star Trek was watching a show that wasn't Star Trek. It was called The Orville.
Hey, Red Flute.
I felt so excited, like almost like when the Identity two-parter happened. I'm like, this is like what I love, you know. And
That was a
when
great episode.
and also when they have to like decide, the council has to decide whether to welcome the colony into the Union. That is Star Trek to me. They even got F. Murray Abraham to be in that scene. You know, I'm just like, that's great. And they got Tony Todd to be in that episode. You know, you know which episode I'm talking about? With the colony of female Mocklins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I mean, that was just like, that's Star Trek to me. Regardless of the labels, that is what Star Trek is about. I love that show. I love how it looks like it was shot in the 90s. I love that. Like the sets and the props and the alien planets all look like 90s. It actually makes me more involved than less, because I used to be involved in all those shows that were done in the 90s. So, like, this is just like a seamless look, you know?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's great. I love the lasting impressions where they find the cell phone. They find that girl's cell phone. That was great.
Oh, I liked the Orville. I mean, it's kind of has a for me. It's I obviously don't love it as much as Mercer does. I've never rewatched it, so I've only watched it during the first run again. But that's kind of my beef with that. They make it too difficult to rewatch because you have to go to Hulu now. So I'm just not going to pick up
I just
another
bought them all in
service.
digital. I bought them
And
all in digital for like when it was on sale. I also bought the DVDs in case my internet goes out and I need something to wait while I'm waiting for them to turn it back on.
And then the other problem I have is that they've just waited so goddamn long for season 3. I just don't think.
Well, they kind of didn't have a choice, you know, because of all the problems with COVID.
So many other shows got made
It
during
doesn't
COVID.
matter. Every show is different. And first of all,
No.
not every show has as much prosthetic makeup that this show has. You know, like where all the aliens are like really elaborately done on a makeup chair without CGI. Little things like that. Hey, all it takes is one guy's schedule to be different than everybody else's for the reshoots, and they have to delay it. I'm glad they waited rather than just like, oh, let's film something that's less than interesting, like Picard season 2, because we have to separate Picard for almost every scene from everybody else. I'm just, if they're gonna wait, why not wait? To me, the show plays like reruns anyway, like new reruns. So to me, as long as I get them eventually.
Well, look, that's all well and good, but the thing is, Mercer, is that for hardcore fans like you, that's good, that's fine. But for people like me who are fair weather fans, and the majority of fans aren't happy with this three-year wait, and a lot of us have just
But
completely forgotten about the show.
It'll pay off. It'll either pay off or it won't.
Right. I mean, they're not doing very good at marketing the thing because
Well,
I
they
still
haven't
haven't seen
started
very much
marketing it
marketing
yet.
out. And they're
They
not
haven't-
getting people excited for the show again. So, and that's one thing they need to start doing really quick.
They will. Believe me, they will. They haven't really started their marketing. It's still it's 6 weeks away. So within 3 weeks of the show coming out, they're gonna.
Yeah, well, after a 3-year break, you'd think they want a pretty big head start to get people back and excited about the show again.
If you market too early, you're gonna confuse people. You got it's
How is that going to confuse people?
it's just the market. They've already started doing some marketing, but not a lot. But believe me, they will.
They've put out a couple stills, right?
They put out a couple things. They just put out a promo poster.
Well, a promo poster. They should be showing clips by now.
And they had the one clip, but that's just a teaser.
It was just a pan of the bridge. Wait,
No,
no, they
no,
had
no.
that. Wait, no, they had that part with that kid, right?
Yeah, that was just the teaser for the first episode.
Which is
They're gonna
another thing that's
really,
going to be weird. How they're going to explain unless they do a big time jump. Yeah, how
but
they're going to
believe me,
explain
they're gonna
it.
promote the show. They will. It's just Hulu is in charge of that, and they got, they wanted to. The reason they moved the show was probably because they wanted to avoid competition with like other shows. So they'll promote it when they're ready. You don't like if you think about it. Some shows and even some movies, they don't want to go. They don't want to go too far. Like look at Godzilla King of the Monsters, not Godzilla versus Kong. Look at Godzilla King of the Monsters. The first trailer got everybody psyched, but it came out 10 months before the movie came out. And by the time the movie came out, people thought they saw it. You don't want to start too early with the promotion. We're promoting.
We're talking
Then,
6 weeks, not 10 months, Mercer.
yeah, I know.
6
I'm saying
weeks.
it's gonna come soon, but it's not. They don't want
It
to
should
wait.
have been here by now.
Well, that's your opinion, but you're not working in the marketing department.
Are you sure about that? He does business.
I'm just saying you're not working in the Orville marketing department or the Hulu marketing department. They will. They'll start putting stuff out, but they're waiting until the right time. Maybe they're making the right choice. Maybe they're not.
What is the right? When is the right time though?
I don't know. I'm not the guy in charge.
Hey, Indy.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Yeah. So, by the way, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
Oh, it's
you.
40,000 years old.
Happy
Yay!
birthday, dear Indy. Happy birthday to you. All right, that's the most singing you're going to get out of me for a while.
Thank you so much, Gorilla. I really appreciate it. I had to leave because my brother had called me. He's from Texas, so
Happy
to wish
birthday.
me a
That's the
happy
problem right
birthday.
there.
Yeah.
How old are you?
60 today.
My God.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah. Oh, there were so many chats going on there, Indy. I was going to comment on your one chat, but by the time you will have seen it, but long there where you said you didn't think you'd ever make it that far. And I was going to put in there, that's because you weren't stationed in the Philippines and get stabbed by a Filipino hooker.
You still dress up for Halloween?
YouTube, that was a joke. Calm down. That's just a joke.
Just a joke.
Do you still
YouTube.
dress up for Halloween?
Do I?
Yeah.
I did a few years ago. I dressed up as Indiana Jones for work.
Ah, nice.
Apparently, I made Thomas death.
You got to dress up like Admiral Halsey. That would be good.
Sure, if I knew how, I'd have to find the uniform. It might be a
No,
little.
you have to get the dress and a wig there, Indy, and shave your beard and mustache. Well, actually, you can leave a little bit of a mustache there. You can leave a tiny bit of the mustache there.
Okay. You want me to dress as J. Edgar Hoover?
J. Edgar Hoover will come down and destroy us. Quick, clear your mind. Don't think of anything. That was so funny. That movie is still hilarious. Like the best
Which movie is that? You're
It's
talking
from Ghostbusters.
Oh, Ghostbusters?
So it's whatever we think of. If we think of J. Edgar Hoover will come down and destroy us.
Yeah.
Clear your mind. Ray, what did you do? Ray, what did you do? I like when Winston says, "What did you do, Ray?" Oh shit!
Yeah, it just popped into my head. Hey, he's a sailor. Get him some booze
Hey,
and
Leslie,
some
you
booker.
pop it
He'll be
on just at
fine.
the end.
It's so great.
Yeah, I pop on and say hi.
Yeah, because I gotta watch my. I was gonna end it here pretty soon here because I gotta watch my StreamYard hours there. Unless I can figure out how to get like OBS to run multiple people there, I don't know if I'll be able to do Wednesday.
Okay, well,
Yeah, you do
What do
put
you
on
think
a
of
lot
that
of
last
hours.
Moon Knight episode with oh my god, that was the dumbest ending ever.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Moon Knight, unfortunately.
but I suppose I could talk to
The hell is Moon Knight?
I suppose I could talk to
That's a
LDG.
Marvel show.
He could teach me how to do the backroom thing and pull people up. Or I think Salty uses OBS too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
uses Streamlabs, I think. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
None of
I
that
can
though
set
is
you
going
up
to solve your
to,
hours.
uh,
So.
yeah, but Salty puts on just as many hours as I do.
Salty
Yeah.
pays for this.
Yeah.
Oh, he pays for his?
Yeah.
No, I suppose then I gotta find my debit card.
Mm.
I can't remember where I put it. It's amazing how much money you can save when you can't find your debit card.
Oh, jeez, Jordan. I can help. I can
You
help
have
you
a
start up. I'll help you
girlfriend
start
or a
up OBS
kid.
one of these
There it is.
days.
Yeah.
It's not difficult.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. See, that's how. That's what I was wondering
Hey,
how he
Thomas.
does that.
I like your avatar, Thomas. It looks really like a football player or something. Is that what it's supposed to be? A football player
The hockey player.
or a hockey player or some kind of like weird Minecraft character?
Yeah, I'll have to talk to Professor. I'll talk to Salty tonight here.
Yeah. Yeah. I can.
Yeah.
Is Salty going live tonight?
Yeah, it's virtual pub night.
Oh, really? You're going to talk to Salty about what?
Setting up using OBS in conjunction with StreamYard here because I'm running low on my StreamYard limit for the month.
Mm.
The
You're running low on
OBS
what?
won't help with that.
Well, it's almost the end of the month, right? You reset at the beginning of the month.
I reset on the 4th.
Okay. So you got a little wood time.
Yeah, see, and the problem, like
What
I
time
can
does
use
Salty go up?
OBS there to stream my Babylon 5 on Saturday and the Beyond Belief there, but I just won't have a panel then.
What time does Salty go on?
9 o'clock, like always.
Well, I don't know that. I just
10 o'clock East Coast time if you're on the East Coast.
yeah, I'm on the East Coast.
About
to
12
I'm
minutes.
about to fall into the sea.
Yeah, Thomas, I'm not
Really?
giving you my bank account information.
You're about to fall into the sea?
Yeah, I'm on the East Coast, and eventually I'll fall into the sea.
I see.
That's what happens when you live near the water.
I live 2 blocks from the water. You know,
Well, then you're going to fall into the sea as well. It happens.
actually, I'm at a my water is a river.
I'm 60 miles away from the ocean, but I still feel like I'm going to fall into the sea.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but this global warming here, if they just utilize graphene there, then they'll take care of the CO2 problem. All they have to do is suck the CO2 out of the atmosphere there and turn it into graphene.
How do they suck the CO2 out of the atmosphere is the question.
Make a
That's the easy part.
Is it?
Yeah, just make a gigantic
Basic-
vacuum.
Yeah, the basic home filters that you have on a desk or something, they can get carbon out of the air.
The basic what?
You know the little air filter you have on your desk?
Nope.
Are you talking about a HEPA filter?
Oh, a HEPA filter? Oh, okay.
What about my cat? Does she count as a filter?
Should be the opposite.
Okay.
A walking allergen.
Hmm.
So what we'll do with Mercer there is, we'll tie Mercer up and put it right in front of that purifier there, so that way every time your cat farts, it sucks it right in there and turns it into graphene.
You know what never made sense to me? Like riding speeder bikes through the forest. Like in Return of the Jedi. They're
Why
riding these 200-mile-an-hour bikes through the trees.
Yeah.
Does that really make
Adrenaline
sense
junkies.
to do that?
I mean, maybe if you've got some pretty clear paths, you could do it. I mean, you're not going to have trees everywhere. But I mean, that one guy just rammed himself right into a tree for no reason.
It's so funny. I still think that action scene is one of my favorites ever made. It's one of my favorites. I love it.
Yeah.
And I love the old school special effects that I love the mine cart chase and the speeder bike chase just because like how they got the special effects to work in those old movies is so great. You know, the one thing I never understood how they did, like in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, how they, I know some shots how they did it, but the idea that these actors are walking across a bridge like that, even if it's safe, there was no way in hell you're going to get me to walk on that bridge. In fact, Spielberg didn't set foot on that bridge.
Right.
He drove 6 miles to go at the other side of the chasm.
Wow.
Every time he had to go to the other side of the chasm, he drove like 6 miles to do it because he wasn't going to walk across that thing.
Yeah.
It's just amazing that they got anybody to film a scene on that bridge.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna end it there. If you guys want to plug your channels and all that, I'll be doing a watch party on Wednesday there of Beyond Belief episodes 5 and 6 there, and then for Defense of Thursday, Salty picked Way to Eden, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So, all right, start with you, Indy. There, you want to plug your channel?
Yeah, I just put up a new video on Saturday. What the Galaxy class starship might have been designed to be.
Oh, interesting. It was designed to be the love boat in space.
Yeah, I covered that option.
It was designed to be a mobile space station. Space is huge.
Love.
Dude, I
Excitement.
was looking at an advertisement for Star Trek the other day, and it was talking about Picard, and it had like the Galaxy class from an overhead shot, and for a moment there, it almost looked like the saucer section of the Galaxy was like the letter Q because Q is involved, and I thought that's what they're no. The circle part was like they put something there to make the Q little thing.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a cool logo if they actually did it.
Yeah. All right, Jeremy, you want to plug your channel?
Hey, Germ, you look like an amoeba.
No, I'm a little bit more than that. I'm a bacterium.
Oh, okay. Well, same difference, right? No, bacterium is smaller than amoebas, so you're not more, you're less.
More complex life form.
Amoebas are more complicated than bacteriums.
Amoebas
are a single cell.
So are bacterias.
Bacteriums are multiple cell.
I don't think so.
All right. So, Resident, want to plug your channel?
As for the channel, watch party tomorrow, Lex and Farscape.
Watch
Saturday,
party tomorrow, Lex and Farscape.
Saturday morning cartoons on Saturday.
Saturday morning cartoons on Saturday.
A review on either Saturday or Sunday out.
I have a review on either Saturday or Sunday coming out.
Okay. Cinnabon, you want to plug yours?
There's really not much to plug. Basically, just I don't stream
Wait,
regularly
I thought you were
anymore.
the Incredible Machine.
Yeah. The Mercer, do you have anything?
I feel like it now.
No, I don't want to plug my own channel because I got nothing on it. But watch YMS's new Lion King review and Mahler's take on The Force Awakens because they are worth your time.
Yeah. Then also make sure to check out Professor Brainy Specs does Question of Trek with a few others there on Sundays there.
Oh, yeah, but they can't take me on because I know too much about Star Trek. Me and Indy together, we'd rock that joint.
Talk to Conti. They're talking nicely the professor there.
Indy and I, between the two of us, Indy and I would be unstoppable in Star Trek.
All right.
Trivia.
Well, anyhow, Professor Brainy Specs runs Question of Trek at 3:30 on Central Standard Time on Sundays, and also does History with R&R there. They do a Monday live stream and a few other times throughout the week there. Thomas Potts, I know he has some Minecraft stuff on his channel there. 47 doesn't have anything, he said. Make sure to check out Simple Jack. He does Battlefield 2042 live streams and talks to his chat There
What
a
about
minute.
Batman?
I think that's everybody that was in the chat there.
What about Batman? Like Bruce Wayne and Batman. What about? They've been lurking the entire time.
I don't know. They weren't in the chat, so I can't prompt them. So everybody, just have a good night, and remember to be a gorilla.
Thanks, Gorilla.